Well, today the city of St. Augustine celebrated the purchase of the last couple of acres of land on Fish Island. And now that means 62 acres of that property are safe from development. Years ago, the community fought to save Fish Island from turning into condos and homes. And that effort jump-started the city's work to create a land conservation program.
I think it's great.
Andrea White remembers working on an archaeological dig on Fish Island in St. Augustine 25 years ago.
So we had Native American inhabitants living on this landscape for many thousands of years.
And then
it was a giant orange grove plantation.
Friday, White was back on Fish Island with about 100 other people and city leaders to celebrate the city's purchase of the last 2.6 acres of undeveloped land there. So this means a total of 62 acres will now be conserved on Fish Island. Fish Island is not really an island. It is the land at the southeast base of the 312 Bridge in St. Augustine, named for Jesse Fish, who owned it in the 1700s. More than 6 years ago, condos and houses were slated for Fish Island, and the community pushed back against that development, ultimately leading the state to buy the first chunk of Fish Island to preserve it and the city to manage it.
It kind of kicked off this ethos, I think, in our community, especially in light of all of the development that's going on around us.
City Commissioner Barbara Blonder says since then, the city government has created a land conservation program where the city buys land that
willing sellers had that were under threat of development and keeping them in their natural state.
So far, the city has spent $3.46 million buying 13.24 acres of land citywide. It's for flood prevention purposes and for conservation.
And so it's always wonderful to see certain properties that you have an affinity for get purchased and put in public ownership for preservation for both the natural and the cultural and the recreational habits.
And I was speaking with an assistant city manager today, and he tells me at least 3 more properties have been approved by the city commission to be purchased, but the purchasing process has not been completed just yet.